Hey guys, welcome back to Easeldoesitstudio. My name is Michelle, and today we've got these new molds in from Let's Resin. They asked me if I would like to try them, and I said absolutely. So this is the box that they come in, and there's 3 of them. We're only going to do 2 of them today. So this is the big, like, the big rooster or whatever. So this one takes 17.3 fluid ounces. So I would mix up 18 ounces to be sure. But I don't know what I want to do with her yet. So we're going to just put this one aside and we're going to do the other 2. So this one is just like a cute little ducky. So I think we're just going to pour this one yellow, and then I will paint the beak and the eyes and the little feet after. And this one takes 4.7 fluid ounces. So I mixed up 12 ounces just to be on the safe side, because this one probably takes like 5, maybe a little bit more. And this one is 5.3 ounces. And this is the little chick in the egg. So what I want to do is brush the chick with the Into Resin yellow mica powder. And on the shell, I'm going to do the goldenrod, because I figured that was like the closest that I could get to like a shell color. So I don't know. So I've got my 12 ounces mixing up right now off to the side in my in the automatic, the medium size one. I love that thing. So let's get a brush, and the brush that I had used the last time worked the best, so I'm looking for it. And could have swore I put it in my thingy ding over here with all of my brushes, you know, but of course I'm not seeing it. Why? Why must things be so difficult? All right, so it is not in there. I'm not like going crazy and not seeing it. Oh, I see it. It fell down. I got it. I got it. This one seemed to work really good. So let's just start getting this painted. So I'm just going to paint it in the yellow, and I think I'm going to back this in a white. We'll fill it up with a white color. So that way the yellow will stay pretty pastel. Kinda, hopefully. And I really like the way this this brush puts mica powder on without leaving a ton of brush marks. So now we've just got to just get these little points. I think that would still be, you know, the ducky shining through. I'm not sure. I could be doing it all wrong. But when we flip the mold over, I'll be able to tell better, hopefully. Yeah. So give me some other ideas, guys, of what we could do with these. I am going to do something with the like the eggs and stuff that I've made, so all right, I'm just gonna shut my spinner thing off here. Because it's been mixing for about 5 minutes, so I usually do 3 minutes on mixing my resin, and I don't usually have a problem. All right, let me grab a wipe. And I'm just gonna clean up take a micro brush and a little bit of alcohol and really get around the little little shell pieces, I guess you want to call them. Oh, I missed a hole. I think this is supposed to still be the chicky. I don't know. You know, that's the thing. When the first time you do a mold, you're really not sure on what is what until you demold it. So, we could be having a mess. Who knows? All right, I'm going to put the cover on this one, and I will use my bigger brush for the bottom because that is, let me just grab it here so I can yeah, so I'm hoping, you know, by doing the white, it's going to keep these colors very light. You know, and then we can bling out the shell or whatever once we demold it. And I will have to go in probably and touch up some of the areas. Ooh. All right, I guess we don't need that much. All right. Oh, so I think, yeah, I think we got it right. Now I just want to make sure that I don't have any spots that kind of came off when I flipped it. I think we're looking good, guys. So that is our little chickie in our egg, and you can definitely see a distinguished area there. All right, let me get this wiped. Move those back. I'm gonna grab some gloves. So I do have some mix to mold coming. I ordered it through Hobby Lobby because we don't have one that's close here. And they were only $18.99 through Hobby Lobby. So I got 4 buckets coming. So once my resin gets here, we will do another live because I know you guys like that. I like doing the lives because I get to interact with you guys. So yeah. I've just been having a lot of stomach issues, and I think I have a gluten and egg allergy. So I've been very careful on what I'm eating, and it worked really good for 3 days, and then I had gluten yesterday, and yeah, my stomach did not like that. So I thought at first it was just an egg allergy, but I'm starting to think now it's an egg and gluten. So I am just doing like a food journal, and you know, kind of just gonna spray this down with some alcohol. I do have to fill that too. Keeping a food journal of what bothers me and what doesn't. So yeah. Fun. Sucks getting old. All right, so we've got that wiped out. Set that aside. And I am gonna pour, what's this one? 5.3. So I'm gonna do 5.5. And instead of using my ocean white, I am going to use let's see, what do I got? All right, so I have, it's called Pearl Sparkle, and then I have white. So I guess we'll use the white because the Pearl Sparkle, it's not really gonna show through. And I got these at Michael's. And I will take a stick. I'm gonna put a hefty amount in here. So this one's gonna be in the white, and then the other is, we're gonna pour in the yellow. For the little chickie. Well, the little ducky, I should say. Okay. let that sit for a minute. And yeah, I better pour this first, just to make sure that we don't have, that we have enough before I mix all the yellow. So I'm just gonna give a good spray in there, and then we're gonna pour. And the only thing is these little, I think they're called a comb on the top of the little chickie's head. Other than that, there's no like bubble areas. And before I dome it, I want to move it back out of the way. And then we will get this domed. All right, so I do have a little bit in there, but that's fine. All right, so we'll get the yellow mixed into this one, and just wipe this stick off, and we'll use this. I'm gonna go in with my big stirrer, just so we can really make sure that's mixed up really, really well. So when Let's Resin sent me this one, they also sent me the picture frame molds. If you get a round one and you get the rectangular one, which I ended up doing the rectangular one yesterday to try it out, and I'm very, very pleased with it. So we will be doing another video of just the two frames. I've just got to I got to work out what I want for pictures to put in them. So, all right. I think that is going to be good. And I do want to make sure some of that alcohol gets in that little beaky. All right. And let's get him poured. So we will have a few little extras. I'm going to stop right there. And because I don't want any bubbles in my beak. And then these should degas on themselves really well. I'll move him back. That way I have room to work to make my extras. Oh, whoa, no, too much. Too much. There we go. I think that's gonna be good. Okay. So, let's see. We've got, you know what, I'm going to mix these both together, and then we can always add another color. It's hard to pick out a mold when you don't know how much you've got. All right, so it looks like we've got 2.5 ounces. And let's see here, what are we gonna make? What are we gonna make? I am going to all right, you know what we're gonna do? I have these. They came from one of those little mini, like little mini resin kits, and a friend of mine that I did the shell light for had these, and she brought them over for me, and I don't have any tape down here, and I don't know if these are gonna leak. So I'm looking to see. I left my tape upstairs when I was working on, oh well, I guess we're gonna pour and see. I guess we will just have to see. So she gave me these, and these are like little popsicle molds. So like she said, you know, she doesn't do resin. She had bought the kits, but that was it. And then she's like, you know, I got these little molds. So she's like, if you want them, I'll bring them over. I'm like, yeah. So what I think I'm going to do is I will let these get somewhat thick, and then I will just I don't know, maybe take like the back of, you know, like take this, take the little end off it and use that for like a popsicle stick. I can always cut it. So yeah, I'm gonna find something to put in there, maybe a toothpick even. And this one can use a little bit more. Oh, it's, all right, hang on, it is leaking, crap. One side is leaking. It's only that one side. Maybe now that I squeezed it together. Nope, it is still leaking. So, the only thing I have, nope, and that's empty. All right, I'm gonna put you on a pause for a minute so I can go grab some tape. Hang on. Okay, so I've got some tape. It more than half leaked out just for me running upstairs. So I taped it, and it seems like it's staying, but because the tape is all wonky on the bottom, I had to stick it in something. So I just stuck it in that turtle mold, and hopefully it'll be fine now. Seems like it's holding. Okay. So I will put a little bit more in before I decide, you know, what else we're gonna. All right. I guess we'll just leave it like that. And we've got just under 2.5 because those didn't take much at all. Let me see. Let me mix. No, we've been doing these. Let's get something different. All right, we can do this Frenchie. So I'm just gonna put some of the goldenrod in here and we'll mix that around and see what color we get. And yeah, we will just pour what we have, and if we don't have enough, I will just, I don't know. Yeah, because I don't think we're gonna have enough for him. Now that I'm looking at him, he looks, oh well, we're just gonna go with it. So I haven't poured him too many times, so we'll, oh my gosh, guys. We're gonna have just enough. Awesome. Awesome beans. And I do have, I finally did find my little like 4-leaf clover mold that I was looking for at St. Patty's Day. Yeah, found it a little late. Oh well. So we'll just, I only think we're only gonna have enough to do a medium one here. Maybe we'll, so if we're gonna, just a little too much here. So yeah, we can do like a pair of earrings and a pendant. Whoa. Wow, I guess there was a little bit more than I thought in here. All right. So I will be back on demold, and we will see what we can do to embellish some of these. And I took too much out. Alrighty. I'll be back on demold. Alrighty, guys. So, we're back. These are cured. Sorry about my hands. I was working on another project. I've scrubbed and scrubbed, and the paint just didn't come off. So, yeah. It is what it is. Alright, so let's get our little popsicle thingies out and see how they came out. So I'm hoping that there's not too much trim on these. It doesn't look like they leaked too much more after, but they feel like they did. So, let me just get my pick thing here. And ouch. See if we can get this tape off. Ow. What the heck? As you guys can tell, I am not one of them girly girls, you know. Yeah, I like to get my nails done when I can afford it, but I'm just a get in there and get yourself dirty kind of girl. Alright, so if these are going to take too long, I might just, I don't know, skip this process, but I'd like for you guys to see how they came out. Alright, I think we're getting there. I think we're doing it. I suppose I could probably use my heat gun, but let's just see if we can break the suction on the mold. There we go. Just gotta get brutal with it. That's all. I just gotta keep my fingers out of my way. Yeah, because, you know, that would be my fingers in that area, and got enough issues going on that I don't need to dig my hands up completely if I can help it. All right. Oh, there we go. Oh, look at, we got a little lemon pop. The sticks went crooked, but you know, we can deal with that. And I'll have to trim them up, but that's okay. All right, so I'm going to put that over there for now. And now I know to get everything taped up ahead of time, because that definitely will make my life much easier. And all right, and just, and I could probably use the deburring tool. All right, this one's not too bad, so we could use this one. But yeah, these are our little popsicles. All right, let's get these out. And I don't know what I'm gonna do with these yet, but you know, we've got 2 of that size, 2 of this size, and then a bigger one. But they came out really pretty. I like focus camera. Hang on. There we go. Now you can see, really see my dirty fingers. All right. All right, so let's do Mr. Frenchie because he was our extra. And we'll see how he turned out. Oh, I'm trying to do it on camera here. All right, so as much as I don't want to use any alcohol, I am going to put some in there just to try and loosen him up a bit. There we go. All right, let's try to get some down the front here. Yeah, because I'm starting to think it's more of a food allergy as to why my hands are breaking out than a resin allergy. So yeah. All right, here we go. Oh, look at that. He is so cute. Let me just give him a wipe. He's so cute. So we've got a few micro bubbles underneath here, but other than that, and other than me getting black paint on it from my grubby paws that I've scrubbed, and yeah, they just are not wanting to come clean. All right, so let's get little Miss Chicky Poo out. All right, so we're gonna need, definitely gonna need something down in its head. There we go. Sometimes you just need a little bit. All right. And where's my big towel? So again, we've got some micro bubbles, but nothing too bad. So let me just grab my my markers. And I'm gonna try and do the black and white on the eyes. I don't have any luck with that, but we're gonna try it. All right, let's move this. Okay. Now I'm going to flip it over because I'm right-handed, so I do everything better on the right. Okay, so we're going to let that dry. And let's see, I do have an orange in here. So let's get the little beak done. We're going to give her a nice little orange beak. Now, if I would have been smart, I would have tried to paint the beak, but I think that would have entailed a lot more cleanup. So the beak will definitely have to take 2 coats, but I'm going to switch to the other end, the bigger end, now that I've got the... I just had some black on there that I wanted to get off. All right, so we'll let that dry, and let's get its little feet done. Give her some little toes that show up. So yeah, let me know in the comments if you like it when I finish them on camera, or if you would rather me, you know, like show you and then finish them and then come back. You know, I'm here for you guys. You guys got to let me know what you like. I suck at editing, so that ain't gonna happen. If you guys want videos, you're gonna just have to get them raw and uncut. That is just me. But I do like, you know, to get your opinion on, you know, like different things that I could do, or different color schemes, you know, that type of stuff, because I'm here to help you guys too. So let's get this little chickie out, and hopefully it came out the way I wanted it to come out, where it looks like a shell and a chick. So far, so good, guys. It's looking like kind of like a shell color. Get over here and stop flipping over. All right, let me just flip my mold back. All right. Oh, she came out cute. That is a really good shell color. We got a little bit of trimming to do on the bottom, but other than that, not bad at all. So let's give her a little bit of an orange beak here. So we could do the shell in like any color, like for Easter. You know, we could do any pastel color. I think that would be really cute. Oh, the little beak is cute. And I don't know what the color is on the tops of their heads, but we're gonna just give her a red one. Whatever that is, I don't know. We're just gonna give her a little red, little thingy ding on the top of her head. You know, maybe it's a baby rooster, I don't know. And then I got my husband and son upstairs. They sit there and they wait for me to get done and bring them up so they can see what I've done. So, would you guys like it if I started a private Facebook page where everybody could share their projects and we could help each other out? If that is something that you guys would like, put it in the comments and I can definitely get that started. You know, that way there, if you make something, you could show me. It might help give me some ideas. You know, if we all share our work and help each other out. I don't know. It's just a thought. I'm trying to do things, you know, so that everybody is involved and I can make a, like a private, I don't even know what they're called, like a membership group on my YouTube. And I was thinking about it, but I've got to get enough content ahead first. You know, so that I can have bonus features for my members. So if that's something that you would like too, let me know. And let me know what some of the perks that you guys would like. Oh, look at how cute. All right, let's see if this little guy is dry. And we're gonna, I know it has a certain shape eye, but I'm just going to kind of give it my own little shape here. Oh, it looks sad now. It looks sad. All right, let's do... Get him some little eyes in. Give him a little nose. don't know. I don't know. He's cute, but all right, let's just give him a little bit of pink in the ears. Because these little buggers, they have some big old ears on them. Whoa. Just trying to get them so they're somewhat even here. And when they dry, these, normally acrylics dry darker. These are oil, and these seem to dry lighter on resin pieces. So yeah. All right. Now we obviously can't use these because they're too close to the same color. But let's see. In my little embellishments here, what we've got. Those are little, so we could give them a bow. Let's see. We could give her a little pink bow. Or do we want to make it a little boy one and give him a little bow tie? Nah, the bow ties are too big. I'm thinking we go with a little pink bow on this guy. And let's do a little blue one on our little guy over here. I love my little box that Dawn got me. This thing has come in so handy. And let me get my E6000. And just gonna just leave him like that. And let's see. We're going to give her a little bow. Let me put this cover because these ones leak so bad. And so she needs something on her nose. Like she's looking at it. So let me see what we've got. These are all, I think, too big. Yeah, these are all too big. But we have got, we've got some little butterflies. Let me put another coat on her beak first here. Especially on the top, just so it's nice and even. Go in with the bigger side and see if I can. Sometimes if you just tap, you can get them to fill in without wiping them off. All right. And I don't know, I think this little guy, I think she looks good just the way she is. I think he's gonna be cute. And let's see if we can put our, see if we can just put her a little something on her little head. Nope, that ain't gonna look good. All right, so we've got our little butterfly out. Let me see what I've got, if I've got any hats. Let's see. Oh, that's cute. But I don't like that color. Do we have a pink to match our bow? We do. Look at that. We're gonna just give her a little hat. All right, so I'm just gonna put some of this E6000 along this rim. Look at that. All right, and then we need a little tiny dot. Oh. Look at that. She is so cute. The only thing that I need to do now is I've got to give her a little white dot in the eyes, in all of them. Just so she has that little bit of sparkle. So yeah, so what do you think of our cute little duckies? I think in our chick and our little Frenchie, I think these came out adorable. I do have a little tiny cleanup around his nose. Just went over just a little bit where I, ooh, ow, ow, ow. There we go. That looks much better. One little... One little bit underneath the eye here. There. That looks better. Alrighty, guys. So there we have it. Our little tiny characters. I think they came out adorable. I definitely am going to be doing some more of these. These two are so stinking cute. And I love the little hat on her. So, alrighty, guys. Let me know in the comments. And we will be doing something with these at a later date. So, yeah, stay tuned for that. Alrighty, guys. Thanks for hanging with me tonight. Bye.